This is Eric Sloof reporting from the VMworld 2013. We are at the Solutions Exchange and this is the Palo Alto Networks stand. I'm joined by Danelle Au. Hi Danelle, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. You're working for Palo Networks. Today was the general availability of NSX. How is your product integrated with NSX?
Well, we're really excited to be working with VMware NXX. We actually have 2 sessions today at VMworld Barcelona where we're demonstrating our integration. So what we're doing is integrating our VM series, our virtualized firewalls, and Panorama, our centralized management platform, with VMware NXX. What it allows our customers to do is to now automate and deliver next generation security services with the NXX platform. So we are complementing and extending on the native security capabilities of NXX and offering advanced security capabilities with our next generation security platform. So with this solution, we're able to automate the delivery of the VM series. We can have now transparent traffic steering, so there's no need to go into vSwitches and configure any sort of networks to direct the flow to our virtual firewall. And then finally, from a context perspective, VM context is shared between VMware NXX and our firewalls, so that when VMs are spun up, the VM information, the context, is actually reflected in our policies. So the great news is now you can have all of the great next generation security capabilities, from full application visibility, the ability to tie the security policies to users, and full threat protection against both known and unknown threats in a virtual form factor with the NXX platform.
So the administrator is just managing the whole product through NSX, and NSX is integrating the Palo Alto Networks software and is delivering all the things that your software is capable to do without direct configuring it or doing it through NSX?
Correct. There's true automated integration with NXX. We also do support the ability to have separation of duties. So a VI or cloud admin would configure on the VMware side the ability to deploy these application containers, and then the security administrator would go into Panorama and configure the appropriate policies there. But once that's done, it's pretty much all automated. We'll be able to track policies, VMs as they move around, to be able to identify applications and provide the security and the segmentation for applications that are running different trust levels on the same virtualized server.
Okay, that sounds great. So your colleague Nirmal Dave is going to give us a demo. Many thanks.
Yes.
Absolutely. Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. So can you show us something about the integration between NSX and Palo Alto Networks product?
Absolutely, yeah. So I guess first and foremost is looking at the slide deck here. And really what we're trying to show is how we can integrate and what we talked about before. So when for example, in this environment where I've got 2 ESXi servers, 1 and 2 across a distributed port group, and I've got my front-end web server, my database server, SharePoint, SQL, etc. How do I control east-west traffic in that sense? Now, NSX can do port-based filtering, and as Danelle said earlier, being able to do app ID, user ID, constant ID, wildfire, and malware really brings a game-changing area to it. So here we've got a packet that leaves the web front end in the slide deck here. NSX comes across in this nice little helicopter and intercepts and takes it to VM series. Being able to then see that traffic before that has hit the port group means that we can now apply all that intelligent filtering to it and be able to do even more. So from a demo standpoint, I can switch to the live environment here where we've got vCenter, we've got the NSX integrated with it, and a real live demo of actually how things look. So in my demo here, I've got my hosts, ESXi hosts. I've got 3 ESXi hosts on this environment. I've already got the 3 agents deployed, and the way that I do that is within the administration, network and security, and go into service definitions. And from here I can see that the PAN file was listed as an actual driver of that component, which means, and I guess customers are really excited, we're excited about this, we've been doing it all day, and you know, the fact that it's turned up as a driver really means that we've got something live that it's already developed.
It's fully integrated into the kernel.
Fully integrated into a kernel, it means that we're right at that level, that VNIC DV filter level, where we can process all traffic irrespective of a flat VLAN, multi-VLAN, irrespective of the port groups, V-switches and all of that. It's all done at that level. So here we have the PAN firewall integrated, and within Panorama, which is our central management tool for Palo Alto firewalls, we can go into Panorama down the bottom here and select the VMware Service Manager to integrate tightly with NSX, to be able to say, here's the OVF, here's the username password to authenticate, here's the template, the registry and license and all of that. Once it turns up there, we're able to then apply security policies to it by using NSX to steer traffic to our firewall. And the way that we do that is, first of all, they define security groups. As we all know, security groups can contain virtual machines, V-switches, port groups, etc. And then once we define those based on your environment, the problem we're trying to solve is minimizing any change control and any rule-based changes that was happening. Today, an administrator from a virtualized standpoint would have to rely on the firewall guy to make those changes after a change control is submitted. That can take days, weeks, hours, months, whatever you want to call it. And here what we've got is, after building those security groups, we can go into the policy, redirect traffic to our firewall, and then basically go into the firewall to build policies based on those same groups. So here we've got rules that talk about all the applications, the security groups. The most important part though is the tight integration that we have with dynamic address objects. And here we can see that when we add an object and we add a match criteria, we're pulling this straight from NSX. This is coming straight from NSX. No longer do we have to make IP-based firewall rules. We're building policy on their security groups, and that means
So if a virtual machine is migrated with vMotion from one host to the other, NSX knows it, and because the policy is not bound to a specific port or a physical location anymore, the policy travels with the virtual machine to the other location.
Absolutely, it goes straight in, vMotioned out, and then redirection from NSX means we get to steer traffic to us. And this is a classic scenario where you've got Link, applications like Link, which use thousands of ports. I'm sure administrators around the world will appreciate that. With SharePoint that use, I think, 10,000 odd ports as well. And being able to use port-based protocols are good, but not good for when they want to do application filtering. And clearly, when you steer applications to us, it means that we can get that policies, get that visibility. And here we've got a VM spun up, and immediately within the monitor tab, we'll start to see traffic, as we can see here, coming from those SharePoint, coming from, as you can see, the web front end, etc. So it's really powerful for us. Today's a good day. We've got 3 days of it, and I guess we can keep exciting customers.
Great. Nemo, many thanks for the demo. Great.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.